So let me talk for just a second about the simplified trading plan, since I'm the one that wrote it. uh, where is it? Right here. Okay, take a look at this for a second. Let me tell you what it is and what it is not. Can you guys see this here? Okay, this is created for those who were trying to do convert the vert and were struggling to do convert the vert. And they were losing, losing. And their account is now dropped. Drop. What happens to you psychologically when your account starts to drop and you're losing? You're just not spotting the shift right. You think you got it and then it loses. What happens psychologically to every trader when this happens? Scared to take trade. Sad, scared, lose confidence, fear, doubt, all of the above. My desk pays the price, right? Then we act and we do revenge trading. We do stuff we shouldn't do. We over allocate the next one, right? Do something different, right? This is the person that this plan was created for. If this is you, feel free, if you can identify here and say, yeah, that's me. I'm sad, I'm scared, I lose confidence, I have so much fear and so much doubt, I can barely even take the trade. I don't even know what I'm doing. Well, then this plan might be for you. Okay, and all this is let's drop down, let's just do calls and puts, right? Let's do it really simple. And all we're trying to do is, can we just start stacking some small wins and just turn that emotional trajectory around and a little bit of the account around? Stop the bleeding and just start getting some profits. 20, 30 bucks, 20, 30 bucks, 30, 40 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever. That's why I wrote this plan. It's for people that I'm helping that are in this situation. In the world of trading, I might consider this to be, I don't know, 5th grade. It's not a complete high school education or a complete academic education. And this is not going to make somebody a complete professional trader, but it might be a good first step. Let's just go back to 5th grade and work on adding and subtracting. This is in the files. I just did it. It's here. I downloaded it right there. So this is to get restarted. This is to reset. And all it does is it boils things down into some very simple things. We're just going to do calls and puts. We're not going to worry about trying to convert. We're going to set a max loss per trade. I set that max loss per trade at 40 bucks. Most I can lose, 40 bucks. Why? Because I know I can trade. If I know the worst it's going to get is 40 bucks, fine. And I put a max loss per day of 100 bucks. Very important. Every trader should have your max loss per day and a max loss per trade written down. Written down. How much can I lose per trade and be okay as part of my plan? And then if I lose and I exceed my maximum loss per day, I'm out. I close the computer. I go take a walk. I go do something else. But we start with a max loss. That's where the starting point has to be. And then we're going to boil this down to a couple very simple things. Entry rules. Number 1, time of day. Number 2, we're looking for price action on the 2-minute chart. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. The deep self, you had all of these. We're looking at 3 indicators, the dots, the cycle, the RSI. Bam, bam, bam. Deep self, you had all of this checked and you took the trade, right? But here's the but here's the next step. There are some showstoppers, and I don't want anybody to miss this. 5-minute levels. If the pre-market high is here and you're thinking of entering a trade right in here because you think you see something on the 2-minute chart, just don't. Just don't. If you're thinking of entering a trade to the downside and you see the 5-minute, 20-period moving average is screaming higher like this, don't. If you're thinking of taking a shift to the upside, but you see this 5-minute trajectory coming down hard over your head. Just don't. That's what I mean by a showstopper. And then the other key thing, and I highlight this almost every session, my rule is after a prolonged or violent drop. It goes for both ways, but let's say you have a bang, 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 violent drop. If it starts to do a little bit of green, is that my trade? No, never. Who's in charge? Who has the ball? The sellers have the ball. I'm not taking this little shift, the first little bounce. I'm going to let that bounce go, see if it makes a high or a low, then I might be interested. If it makes a double bottom and a higher low, then I'm interested. Why the structure is starting to change. If it can make a higher high, let me do this. I'll let this go. If it does this, well, then the next time it does that, now I'm interested. Now I want it, right? But I'm not getting it here because time and time again, I've lost everything. Goes bam, bam, bam. And I think, how stupid that I just got in right in the middle of the move. Now, I wouldn't call this necessarily in the same category. It's not violent from here to here. It's not violent, and it's really not prolonged either. But you do have the 20 coming down over top. And that's enough to be a showstopper. Just make it prove it to you. That's all I'm saying. Make it prove it to you. Make it clear. You don't have to be the first mouse to the cheese. What usually happens to the first mouse? Right? The trap's all set up and the mouse sees the cheese. First guy runs in, he's in trouble. Be the second mouse. Let the trap spring and then just run up and pick up the cheese. So what this is a simplified trading plan. And then how do we get out? Well, in a simplified trading plan, it's very simple. I use stops, and then my profit target is level or yellow, and that will get you your trade. Okay? This is pretty successful. This works most of the time. For most of the time, when you're on the 2-minute chart and you see it start to hook and you see everything line up, bam, bam, check, check, and check, and you get in, and then you see, oh, yellow bar, get out, you've made money. This works most of the time. What it doesn't do is it doesn't let you stay in like it did today. It doesn't let you get into a trade, right, and then move your stop so that you end up getting this huge winner at the end of the day. Because along the way, you're probably going to get some yellow bars or hit some levels, and you'll be out. It doesn't give you this trade. It also a lot of times does not let you convert. But what does it do? It takes your trajectory from losing to starting to turn the tide. So this is a good tool to start to turn the tide. I want to make sure everybody's clear that I am not suggesting that we live here forever. I don't want to stay stuck in 5th grade. I want to turn the tide, get my head on straight, get my account moving in the right direction, and then now I go back to trading the full method, which is we have an anchor chart, we have a trigger chart, we're trying to convert the vert, we're trying to get some profits, and we're trying to get butterflies, and we're trying to get some lottery tickets that hit us for a nice juicy payday at the end, and trying to get profits along the way, both. Does everything I've said make some sense? So if you've been trying for a while and you're stuck in a rut and you need to go to the simplified trading plan, you can. If you're new and you just want to get some victories and you just want to stack some things up, you can go to the simplified trading plan. But if you live on this 2-minute chart too long, in isolation, you'll do exactly what DeepSeek did. This will look so nice. You'll dive into it right there, only to see it fall apart because you didn't look at the anchor chart. And the anchor chart is the boss.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comments section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.